Today we're trying out DoorDash and the question is, can you actually make $24 per hour as a DoorDash delivery driver? Let's get into today's video and figure it out. So you're probably here because you're considering being a food delivery driver and you're not quite sure which platform is going to be the best for you. Is it DoorDash? Is it Grubhub? Is it Uber Eats? Postmates, Caviar, and the list goes on and on depending on what area you're working in, but today we're looking at DoorDash. So before you can become a Dasher, you actually need to sign up, get approved, receive your kit, and then you can start dashing. Let's take a look in the computer just to see what that simple process looks like. So there's a couple different ways to enroll as a Dasher, but you can go to DoorDash.com, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom, right here it says doing business, you can click on become a Dasher, and it'll take you to the place where you can actually enroll and sign up to become a Dasher. So the process is simple. You come over here, you're going to enter your zip code, you'll hit next, it'll prompt you for an email address, you'll start the process, you'll go through setting up your account, getting approved, and once you're approved, they're going to send you your kit. So the kit comes with a couple different items, one of them being a hot-cold bag to keep the food hot and cold respectively, and then they give you a red DoorDash card so that you can make purchases in case you get an order where you need to go to CVS or something like that for specific items. Once you have the kit and have confirmed your card, then you can download the DoorDash app, delivery app if you haven't downloaded it already, and sign in, get set up, and ready to dash. So when you log into the app, you're going to be able to see how busy it is in your respective area, and if you have any surrounding areas that you could potentially work in, it'll show you what's happening over there. Now, you do need to be geographically located in that area in order to start dashing. So what I mean by that is if you see my little blue dot right here where it says Fairfield, I could log in instantly and start to work this entire block right here. However, if I want to shift down to the next surrounding area, I would actually have to drive across that little line before they would allow me to log in and start dashing for that area. So just keep that in mind. So if you're new to the channel and liking the information so far, if you could hit the like button or even subscribe, that would mean the world to me. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment below. So now the real question is how much money did I actually make dashing and how many miles did I have to drive? Before I get into that, I do want to let you know that I have done food delivery before. When I was working in New York City, I actually delivered on bike, and I did it for about 2.5 years, and I tried all three, Uber Eats, Postmates, and Caviar, and I found that Caviar and Postmates work the best. However, with a car, we have to factor in the mileage and the gas that we're driving, which can greatly reduce the amount of your income earning potential. But let's check it out. So if we look at it, my first week here, I made $233.69 over 3 days. I wanted to give one midweek day a try, and then Fridays and Saturdays you would naturally assume to be better days. So we can see here on Tuesday I made about $43. Friday I had $122, and Saturday $67.25. I logged in each day at 6:30 p.m. and I worked for only 3 hours until 9:30 because that's typically when things start to slow down in my area. So if we do the math, knowing that I made $233 and I worked about 9 hours, that's actually just short of $26 an hour, which is actually pretty good. But then we also need to come in and factor in the mileage that I drove. And I'm a technical person, so I definitely tracked it because I want to know exactly where my numbers lie. Okay, so let's talk mileage. So Tuesday I drove 29 miles, Friday I drove 34, and Saturday was a big mileage day, 64 miles. That is a total of 127 miles over those 3 days, over those 9 hours. So if we take that number, which is 127 miles total driven, and let's just assume that my car averages about 25 miles per gallon, if we do the math there, that means that I consumed 5.08 gallons of gas. And the current cost of gas right now is $3.15, which came out to about $16 worth of gas consumed making deliveries. If we do the math and subtract the $233 minus the 16 and divide that in by the 9 hours of work, it comes out to $24 per hour. That's amazing, and for me, I think that is right on par with what they advertise. However, the real kicker here and the thing you want to keep in mind when doing deliveries is that even though I made $24 an hour as advertised, I was delivering during peak times, lunch and dinner, right? Lunch is typically from 11:30 to 1:30, and dinner usually starts around 6ish and ends by 9:30 depending on your city. So, could I work 8 hours a day making $24 an hour? Probably not. Okay, so you need to keep that in mind depending on how you're dashing or delivering, regardless of what platform. But the best time to dash is when the weather sucks. I've always had the most success making deliveries when it's raining or snowing, depending on your area. So if you are prepared to make deliveries when the weather is inclement, you will be making even more than $24 per hour, usually because people tip well when the weather is garbage. All right, so I hope this answers your questions as to whether or not DoorDash is something that will actually pay as advertised. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop those below. Don't forget to subscribe, where I post about making money online, different side hustles, tips, and tricks. I'm Brandon Kyle, and I'll see you in another video.